Hello, and welcome to the Art of Intuition podcast. My name is Susan Chain, and I'm your host for the podcast. Now, today we're talking about how to create your own calm, especially when your world feels like out of control. And that's happened to me over the last couple of weeks. The world has been a little bit loud. It's just been too fast, too out of control. Lots of things happening, two families together. I have my own things happening, and my partner has his own things happening, and together they're affecting us both at the same time while all this is going on. Family issues. We have purchased a new house too, so there's a lot of things going on at the moment. A lot of very high stress situations going on. So my world does feel, or has been feeling, very much out of control. And so that's what I want to talk about today, how we can start to create our own calm. Now, if you've ever felt that way, you feel like your world is spinning and you just want it to pause, you're not alone. As I said, I've been going through it just recently as well. Now, this is really designed for those sensitive and intuitive women, especially those who feel like their bodies they feel the intuitive messages coming through the physical sensation. Your class is a healer, and if you want to get a bit more understanding on that, how you receive your intuitive messages, jump onto the website intuitivenature.com.au and have a look at the free quiz. That will help you understand what's your strongest intuitive nature, how you are feeling those messages. So this one's really designed for the physical intuitive. Now, we have all the abilities of the different ways we receive this information. It's just sometimes we're stronger in one areas than the other. So this one will really focus on that physical side of things. If you're a spiritual intuitist, if you're an emotional one or a mental one, then you'll understand. We're going to go through a few of those later on as well. So this is all about how we carry those intuitive messages in our muscles and in our breath, in our energy field. And it can be quite exhausting. And this is why getting that understanding of where everything's going and everything's spinning out of control around you, how we need to find our own calm in order to be able to ease that exhaustion. But there's good news. It's all good. We don't have to wait for the world to calm down. We can do this ourselves. We can create our own sense of calm, but it just starts with small, grounded steps. Now, why everything feels so overwhelming? It's not just the noise of life, it's the sense of unpredictability that rattles our inner compass. It's like those systems that break down. I have particular things that I want to do. And when the world twists and shifts and things change and the rules and the goalposts move, it can create that very, very unsettling feeling in us. And that feeling can, especially with the physical intuitive, can start to feel like palpitations, can start to feel like that nervous system starts to really kick in. So, for those with physical intuition that receive their messages in the physical sense, this stress isn't just mental, it becomes embodied. And you'll feel it in like a tight chest or shallow breathing. Fatigue is another one, heaviness in your limbs, headaches that buzz in your mind and you won't stop. And this one, my one, which is that urge to retreat and shut down. I love going into my cave. If things get too noisy, I just want to cave it, and just get away from that physical noise and that stress and the realities of the world and just come back to me. Now, this is all normal. This is your body trying to react, trying to keep you safe. But in the same token, it can go to the extreme and it doesn't always know how to reset on its own. And this is where the intentional calm can come in. So there's three ways, or there's probably a lot more, but there's three ways I'm going to cover off on this section. Three ways to ground ourselves and create that calm that we need inside. These are gentle but powerful practices that can help reset your body and soothe your system so that you can come back to yourself and get a better understanding of who you are and what you are, even when the world is feeling very chaotic outside. The three areas are the five senses reset, intuitive movement, let your body lead, and the third one is create a sacred calms corner. So let's jump into those. So the five senses reset. When you feel overstimulated or anxious, come back into your body. through your five senses. This practice pulls you from that spiraling thought and anchors you in the present moment. So, this is what I want you to try. If you're not driving a car or anything like that, don't do anything crazy like this, but try this. Sit down somewhere quiet and one by one engage your senses. Now, I know this sounds crazy, and this one can be done on the run. If that means like you're at work and you need to go to the toilet, it's a quiet place where you can sit, But we can, while we're sitting there, and I mean, you don't have to be going to the toilet, but you can be in that safe space. There is the five senses that we want to look at. Touch. So hold something that makes you feel good, something that allows you to calm. It could be just having hand cream on your hand and you're just touching your hand and rubbing that hand cream in. But it's not just about rubbing it in and getting out of there. It's about allowing yourself to feel what it feels like to rub that cream in, how the cream feels coming into your hand. You're really getting in contact with that sensation of touch, what it feels like, what it's all about. The other thing which is good with the hand cream is the smell. So you can inhale that scent. If you've got a nice scented one with a lavender or something that helps you calm as well, inhale the scent as you're using the hand cream and allowing that the smell and that to come in through you, into you. And you're just taking your mind away from that busy, 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 and you're just sort of focusing on what it feels like in your hand and what your hands feel like and what it smells like. And then bring in the next one. We look at sight and we can gaze softly at something. You might have a flower or a candle or something in nature outside your window. And as I'm saying this, the toilet is probably not the best spot for it, but you get where I'm coming from. It's a space where you've got that little bit of time if you can hide somewhere and just be able to do this. This is a good spot if you've got your phone there and you start to bring a picture of a beautiful flower up or something something that you can look at and just sort of go and just feel your hands, feel the scent and see this beautiful picture or this candle flame burning in front of you. Then sound is next. Now, sound, again, go back to the toilet, don't do the sound in the toilet. Put on gentle music with nature sound. So if you've got a little video that you can look at on your phone while you're putting this hand cream on, you're allowing all those senses to take it in space. And the last one is taste. Wow, I really did not pick the right area to go to, did I? We do not eat in the toilet. But taste is like sipping some herbal tea, or even I suck on butter menthols, or a lolly or something that allows you just sort of to savor that, just to calm down and just to feel that in your mouth and get the understanding and the smell. It could be a mint lolly or something that you don't just eat, you're feeling it within you and getting that real clear understanding of it. So it's allowing those five senses to come through. Hand cream's a great idea. Probably the other side isn't. But one example, one of my clients had, she used to have a little tiny calm kit, what she called a calm kit in her bag. And she'd have like lavender oil in it or herbal tea bags in it and a photo of a place she loves. And she could use that when the world started creeping in, when things started getting too much. She had this ability to just go and calm down. But instead of lavender oil, I would get the hand cream or something to that effect that allows you to have the scent, the smell, and the touch at the same time. I think I just repeated myself. But anyway, in that sort of area, so it allowed her to be able to really switch in when she needed it and when it was right for her. So why this works? It works because it's telling your nervous system that I am safe at the moment. That's what you're saying. I'm safe. I'm safe at the moment. This is, again, it's great for on the run. When you need to have something, like you had a shit day at work, and so you need some time out and you need to have that little bit of space for you. It's a great time to do that. Go and sit outside, while you're having your lunch and um, look at a beautiful flower or look at something and put some hand cream on and just do a bit of umming yourself. That's a really good way to calm yourself back and create your own calmness. The second one is intuitive movement. Now, That's about letting your body lead. Now, because this is about your physical intuition, how you're receiving your physical information, this is really good to help you in that side. Now, you'll need a little bit more space for here, a little bit, it can be limited time, but you'll need a little bit more space for this, maybe a little bit more privacy for this one. But our body will hold the stress. Now, one of the areas that I look at when I'm doing this, when I'm trying to do things like this and relieve that tension and that stress and create my own calm, yoga is one of these good areas in that context. But it's not always easy to sort of do a yoga session when you need it. So with this is allowing your body to do what it wants to do, not doing a set yoga poses or set things. This is allowing your body to choose and it to decide what it needs. So try doing this. So put on some soft music or some upbeat one if you want to, get into it. But some music that allows you to just flow. And then I would close my eyes and I would just let my body move naturally. It might sway, it might stretch, it might shake, it might simply just rock side to side. Remember that, I don't, well, you mothers would remember when you would pat your baby and you would just rock. How calming was that? Now, if you didn't stay calm, your baby wouldn't be calm. So you would just rock and sway to it. That's the sort of thing we're talking about. This is about creating your own, even if you're doing what I'm doing now and just patting yourself on the chest like you would do on with the baby being held. You're just allowing yourself rocking backwards and forwards to find that calm. And you focus on the sensations, not the performance. You just let go of the performance. It's not what it's about. But if you just want to move, it's just about moving and allowing your body just to free up some of that hold the tension that you've held onto, that held on tension. Yeah. So really good, especially after a stressful day. If you want to just even lay on the floor and let the music play and just stretch, just open your chest up and breathe deeply. Just allow your body to move and twist and just be how it wants to be. Now, this really works because it helps you get rid of some of the stuck energy on there. It reconnects with your physical intuition. And this is perfect when you have got limited time and space to be able to feel that calm. So you've come in from work, if you can lock everyone out, lock all the kids out, find your own little space. It's not always easy. But even in the car, before you actually get home, park around the corner, put some music on, just sit in the car and allow that movement to come forth with you. And I know you can't do a lot of movement while you're in the car, but it can also help you separate between work and home and allow you to walk into your home and greet your family in a better headspace, in a better physical body space too. So that's really good in that side of it. The third one again is create your sacred calm corner. Now, this was one of my favorites. I did this one when I was first learning, when I first started doing my um, life coaching course, which was back in the 90s, a long time ago. This would help me with my meditation, and this was my sacred calm corner. Now, I didn't have a corner, I didn't have a space, a big space. I just had the master bedroom, and I was away from the door, so I put my cushion under the master bed, under the bed, and I could put my own little bits and pieces there. This is trying to find your own little space within your life. Now, some people might find it's better to have their own space at work. Some might find it better at home. Some might find it better, you know, hidden in the garage. It doesn't matter where it is. It's where you can access it and where you can have it and go to it when you need to go to it. Um, in this little calm space, it can have your visual reminders of the peace that lives within you. You can have a little quiet nook in the corner. You can bring elements to it. I had my big square cushion that I did my meditation on. I could have a candle if I wanted a candle going, some crystals around there. There was this softness about this area. And the strange thing was, like I said, all it really was, when I look at it, was a big square cushion that I had bits and pieces on that I drag out from under the bed that I sat and did a meditation on. But it was my space. No one else used it. No one else knew it was there, basically. It was my space. And every time I went to that space, it allowed me to just go into an instant calm. Now, again, this doesn't happen straight away. It happens over a regular period of time. So I set myself a time frame of when I wanted to be in my space. So my kids were teenagers then. They were at school. I knew they'd finish school at 3 o'clock, whatever it was. They'd be on the bus for an hour before they got home. So I had this space that I would go from anywhere between 3 to 4 before they got home that I could just do what have be in my space. So it started off as 5 minutes for the first week. I'd just sit there for 5 minutes. I couldn't meditate. So I had a lot of trouble doing that. I just sit there for 5 minutes. The next week, I sat there for 10 minutes and I just sat there. It's like not doing anything, not thinking about the washing, not thinking about anything. I'm just going to sit there. And what I started doing is I got myself a little oil, a little meditation oil. Now, remember we talked about the five senses before? I would put this oil on only when I sat down in my space. So every time I put that oil on, it didn't make me, I shouldn't say, every time I put the oil on, it reminded me that I'm sitting. I'm stopping. I'm not thinking. I'm just sitting. And so the smell of this oil would give me one sort of area. When I'd pull my cushion out, that was another physical reminder. This is my space. When I'd get the crystals out, if I wanted to stare into the crystals or light a candle, this was my space. It became my space. And so every time then, when I decided after about a month, when I was due to go into my space, I could get into that calm, relaxed position instantly, instantaneously. It was really on call, it was. And I could do it then out of the set hours I had. So it's all about this building this habit of when I'm there, this is what I do. I do nothing. I've got the scent, I've got the visuals, I've got this all happening with me. So it allowed me to go into a space. A woman, one of my clients there, she created a flower altar in her bedroom, and she had blooms from the garden and a framed quote saying, "I'm grounded, I'm safe," and a bowl of flower essence cards, and it became her sanctuary because she was right into the flowers. That became her area. So these are daily rituals. This is how it works, is because it anchors you into those daily rituals and reminds your body and your spirit that you're at peace and you're calm. So this is the most important area when you will need those regular check-ins and to create that instant calm. So I love that idea. I don't do it so much anymore, but I really needed that to teach me how to do the meditation. And now I can naturally meditate quite easily and I don't need to have all that, but it was a really, really good way of getting there. And I did that for a couple of years. It was really nice. So there are three areas that you can look at, three areas to help you. The senses reset, intuitive movement to let your body release, and then your sacred calm corner. So you've got those five areas to look at. So if your energy is starting to feel a little bit uncertain and you sort of feel like you've got no control, you still do have the power. You do have the power to hold that energy and create that peace within you, that calm that doesn't always, feel calm when the world's sort of, moving around. One of the areas when I was learning to do the meditation was you can meditate. You could meditate inside a cyclone. And of course, we don't mean that literally because that would be dangerous, naturally. But if the world's spinning around like a cyclone around you or like a hurricane around you, you should be able to sit there and be able to create your own calm. That's when you know you're doing meditation right, when you can sit there and let go of all the rest. Of course, naturally, once you walk away from that meditation, then the world hits you all again, but it gives you that time out, that space. And your body is this intuitive vessel. It'll be taking in information all the time. So you need to give it a break. You need to give that area a rest as well. So if this speaks to you, if this helps you on your bigger journey, jump onto the website, intuitivenature.com.au. It's an Australian business. Take the free quiz and discover what your strongest intuitive nature is, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental, or whether it's spiritual. Again, we have aspects of all of them, but some of them are stronger than others, and sometimes they come out at different times. So I hope you enjoyed the show. My name is Susan Jane. I am an intuitive psychic. And if you want readings or anything else, jump on the website, intuitivenature.com.au. And I'm going to say bye for now and see you next week. Bye.